So what is the project about? The project is about, one, empowering you with all of the tools, the training, the support you need to master web design and earn a good living while at it, right from where you are, and doing all of this at your own time, sort of. So it's a flexi situation where you're able to learn and earn at the same time, but you're kind of in control of the time that you are able to do this, right? So that is what this program is about. So what do we give you in this program in order to make sure that we can allow you to learn and earn, as we're saying? The first thing that we're going to give you is access to technology. So this is access to the latest web design technology and resources, web hosting, and all that stuff. So that's the first thing that you're going to get access to. The second thing you're going to get access to is user training. So within the platform that you're going to access, there will be a user training library that is on demand. So which means that while you're doing whatever you're trying to do, you'll be able to click on the help button and be able to either find a video that shows you exactly what to do, or type a question and get an article that will actually give you step-by-step what you need to do, so that you're never stuck really while you are working. And 3, done for you leads and sales. So at this part, I need to explain this to you, that we're going to give you technology which allows you to build websites for different clients. And on top of it, we're going to provide you with clients that need websites, right? And then once your job is to build, right? Your job is to just build the website. Once you're done building that website, you send it back to us, and we have a permanent sales team that's going to be presenting your work and try to get it sold basically to its owners. And finally, you will have a live community forum support. This is so where if you are stuck and you can't find your solution from the top, that is from the library that we've got for you, then you're able to come into a live forum, which is going to be live basically 24/7. For you to come and ask your question, and you can get an answer either from us or even from other participants, other members in the community forum. So those are the 4 things that we're going to give you in the program. So once you've got this, the concept again is for you to be able to learn effectively from where you are. And we're talking about globally in demand skills. That is skills that once you have it, it's not a skill that is geographically limited. So you could be working for a company in America in the future, or a company wherever, because half the technologies that we're using are global, right? So it's not a localized skill that we're giving you. So secondly, to be able to make a location independent income. So this is income that is not dependent on where you are at any point in time, as long as you have an internet connection and you have a device and you have time, you'll be able to make a living, right? So that is really what this is all about. So I will start with the skills part, because I did say that what you learn is more important than what you earn in the beginning of your career. So the skill part, what are you going to gain? 1, you're basically going to gain all the skills necessary for you to become a web designer, right? So this is, you're going to learn how to build websites. You're going to learn, including online stores, card payments, all that stuff. And you're going to be doing this from where you are. And at the same time, you're going to be learning some entrepreneurial skills of how to be an entrepreneur at the same time, right? Because the actual goal of this program is not just to have you work for us forever, is for you to work with us and build yourself up to a point where one day you can go on your own, right? And we'll be there to support you. So that's the long and short of it. So the second thing that you're going to gain is industry experience. So this is not like your normal school where you go and you do examples and whatever. You're going to be diving in from day one and working on real websites for real businesses. And your websites are going to be published and seen by the world, basically, from the beginning. So you're going to gain real experience, not just practice time type situation. And finally, you're going to build a portfolio while you're doing this. So this means that every single website that you ever create is going to have your name on it, so that it doesn't matter where and when, if you are needing to prove your skills to anyone, you can be able to just say, here's my portfolio, look at the links, and the person can click and go and see what you've done, right? So that's what the skills part of it has for you. That's what's in it for you from a skills perspective. From an income perspective, the first thing that's going to happen is that you're going to get paid for, we said first you're going to be given the tools to build, and then you're going to be given leads, that is people that have inquired and said they need a website from us, and we push that to you. And once you've got that, you build the website and you give it to us, and it's our job to then present it to the client, so you don't have to worry about that. And every project that you do that gets presented and the client purchases that project, we will pay you between $1,000 and 1,400 rands, right? So this is for every project that you'll be creating that is successfully purchased, right? So I don't want to create an unrealistic expectation here. So you are going to have to make a little bit more than you need to in order to sell, because not every website that you create, especially while you're still starting, not every website that you do create will meet the client's satisfaction. And our whole concept of value first, which is what our company is about, is that we don't take money from clients before we do the work. So we do the work, finish it, and we show it to the client. And if the client likes the job, then they pay. So because of that structure that we use, some projects end up not being paid, but we're happier that way, because then there's no client who's going around saying they paid us and they didn't get their job. So that is part of how we control our brand and build ourselves. So that's what the value first concept is: to give value first, then expect reward. So you're going to be working under that system, right? So you might, like, for example, with our history, we know that we are always able to get at least more than 50% of the work we do accepted, right? So for you, we think that because the most important thing for you here is to learn, so you should be willing to know that some projects that you put together are not going to get purchased, right? However, what's important is that it's very easy to repurpose any project that you might have that is not purchased by changing it and maybe repurposing it to a different client. So that's what is very good about that. So that's the first income that you're going to get. It's about $1,000 to 1,004. In the program, you learn exactly what's the difference. Where do you get 1,000 and where do you get 1,004 per project that is successfully purchased, right? So your job is to get as many projects done so you can get enough projects purchased. So the second thing that you're going to the second income that you're going to get is, up until we get to the number of candidates that we're looking for 100 people to be specific for this program. So up until we get to that, we will definitely be paying some referral commission for anyone who brings us a candidate who successfully creates projects. So that is paid when your candidate does create a successful project that is sold, right? So, and the last type of income that you're going to get is client referral income. So if you know a business somewhere, or you advertise yourself to say, we do websites, and someone says, yeah, I'm looking for a website, and then you send that lead to us, we'll be paying you 112 rands for that lead, right? So these are the ways for you to make money in the program. Minimum requirements for the program. 1, you must be 18 years old and above. You must have your own device. This could be a laptop. This could be a PC. A tablet works very well with our system. So any of those will be perfect for the program. And you must have an internet access and data of your own, right? So we don't provide data or anything like that. So you must have your own data to participate in the program. And finally, you must have at least 2 to 4 hours a day. So I say 2 to 4 hours because I feel like you could spend 2 hours weekly, or you could just try and make sure that on the weekend you put in a good 4 hours each day of the weekend, and I think you should still be okay, right? So that's the time requirement that we have, right? So at this point, it's very important, like you see at the top in the requirements, we didn't say anything about your qualifications. We didn't say anything about your experience because we don't need it. So we have a practical way to see if you're a good fit for what we're trying to do here. So 1, this is the journey that you will take to getting into the program. You'll first, we will send you an email with a registration link, and you register yourself as a member of as basically into our platform, so that you have access to our platform. Then once you've registered successfully, you will then get instructions on what to do in order to start learning, right? And so start learning and start building, basically. And then you'll also get access to our library, where you will start we'll start learning whatever you need to learn, right? And then after that, you will have access to our 24/7 online support forum, and you will be invited to our live troubleshooting sessions. So each session, you will be told that this is what we're going to be doing today, or something like that, or you will be able to bring your own problems and get them solved live via Zoom. And finally, you will be expected to attend live weekly progress tracking sessions. So this is where we all come together once a week, and we basically check that everyone is on track with their goals for the week. And if someone is not on track, we try to help them catch up. So finally, while you do that, you will have 10 days from now. You'll have 10 days from now or let me say from the time you get your email, from the time you get your sign up or registration email, you'll have 10 days to finish one perfect website, right? So with all the help that we're going to be giving you, that is detailed above, and all the libraries and everything, you'll have to create one website. I must tell you that with our system that we're going to give you, which is a drag and drop web development platform, you can create a website in hours. You don't need a day to create a website. But we understand that you're getting started and you might need to learn a few things or whatever. So we're giving you a full 10 days to do this and to come up with one project, right? That is successful. Then we will take that project and we will let you know if you have made it or not. Like I said before, we are looking for 100 candidates. So the idea is produce a good enough job to be one of those 100 people that we're looking for. So after having had the live session and having had the first intake go through the 10 days, we've made a couple of minor adjustments which we want to bring to attention right now before we continue with the rest of this presentation. So So the first adjustment that we made was that we've decided to increase the amount of time that we give you access to our tools, training and support to 30 days or 4 weeks. So now you will have access to the system for 4 weeks. The second thing that we've done, we've decided to stretch the learning goal from one website that you're supposed to create in the 10 days to now 10 websites that you must create in 4 weeks. So the way this is structured is such that the first week you would still create just one website. And in the second week, having learned everything and being better and faster, you will now be required to create 2 websites. And in the third week, you'll be required to create 3 websites, and in the fourth week, 4 websites. Please note that there will be options to actually duplicate an existing website that you've created into a new website. So there will be ways for you to be able to achieve these 10 websites without working too much. Okay, so finally, this also generally means that the income goal stretches. So in the beginning, in the original first intake, people were to make one website. That one website, if it is purchased, they would make between 1,000 and 1,004. So in this one now, this second intake, what you're going to have now is 10 websites created, and you are going to be making 1,000 to 1,004 per website created. So this is likely then to give you at least between 5,000 to 7,500 rands if we use our current 50% rate of success. So yeah, so this is the update. Right now we can go back to the presentation. So at this point, I would want to get any questions that you guys might have, and I'm hoping, Faiza, you can help me to manage that process.
All right, so I think let me just jump in here before we get to the questions. So I just want to say, firstly, I know Nudanda went through the presentation. I do want to stress the point that this is learn and earn. So for those that are sitting here that's maybe qualified and that has experience, listening to this, you might have some questions, and that's what we want to hear. Also, if you maybe came to the part where it says what you can earn per website, remember this is learn to earn. So we were looking for people that basically didn't have the experience and then saying, let us help teach you, and therefore you can earn. Okay, so if you are sitting there and you're going, but I built websites, and that's great. Okay, so you're in a different category, so please just understand that. For those of you that haven't had the experience, that don't know much about building websites, this is the opportunity where it's basically giving you the tools, giving you the support and saying, okay, so now you can learn how to do this, and then you build it. Then we sell it for you so that you can make the income. What we're saying here is basically we want you to be able to concentrate on building and building good websites so that we can sell it so you can earn the income. So and then it's flexible time, as Udonda said, and the reason why it's flexible time is because it was part-time, right? To say do it, but looking at 2 to 4 hours, that's what it would take to commit to actually building these websites. The 10 days he does talk about initially was to say in realistic time, that was 10 days. So you need to actually be able to learn and then to build a website, then to submit the website, then to be reviewed to see is it good enough then, and then to be sold. All right. And then there's only 100 people that's wanted basically for the program. And if you are obviously one of the 100 people using qualifying to go into the program, I do want to stress that this is learn to earn. So if you came looking for a job in the sense that, no, I want a salary, then I guess you just need to listen again to what the program has describe to you what it's about. Okay, so it's about what you put in is what you get out. I just also want to stress that I work for many other companies where I do facilitation and things like that. And I see young people come into the organizations and their time gets taken and they're given little money and at least they can tell, maybe you go to a call center, you tell what time you can leave, what time you can get up, you know, you get a salary, but you control. This thing is saying to you, we're giving you tools, you've got your own time, build a fantastic thing and make the income work for you. All right, so we're going to open up for questions and yeah, let's go for it. If anyone's got questions, please do ask and let's see if we can help you there. Okay.
Thank you, Faisal.
Pleasure.
I have a question.
Sure, Bevan.
The email says you gain valuable web design skills and get to earn between 4,000 and 8,000 Rand. So you're limited to the amount of websites you can sell.
Not really, but the regimen that we give you, which is, we try to say within the year, within the month, build about 10 websites, and our history has told us out of the 10, you probably can sell about 5 to 6, right? So that's really where that is coming from, and so we want it to be as what do you call it,
realistic,
conservative, yeah, as we can, right? But that's it. But you could build 10 and sell all 10, for example, or you could decide to build 15. We don't know, but we didn't want to be creating high hopes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so Bevan, just to say, so the last thing you want to do is set the expectation. Then people think, okay, I can sell 10, I can sell 15, I'll make 15,000 Rand. And then that doesn't happen. And then you say the program doesn't work. Okay. So we want to be as realistic as possible to say the income pay can be between 4,000 to 8,000 Rand, given the fact, looking at experience, past experience, we usually out of 10, 5 to 6 do get sold, or 5 to 8. Okay. So therefore you can make into between, 4,000 and 8,000 Rand. It's just about setting realistic expectations. Okay, Shahim, I see your hand is up.
Oh, hi. Yeah, I just want to find out, say now I have previous projects, can I use that for my templates, for my websites?
That would be tough. That would be tough, Shahim, because
okay.
I imagine your previous templates might be on WordPress, for example, right? I'm not sure what platform you're using, and when you
I use raw HTML. I write it without the without the helpers.
Well, as you are the advanced guy that Faisal was speaking about. Okay, here we're using a no-code web builder, though it allows you to insert HTML script. So you could create a page HTML by inserting an HTML, like how you can do the same thing.
And JavaScript and
Yes, you're able to do that, but you'd be making it hard for yourself, because trust me, the templates on their own, they do the job quickly and fast and efficiently. But you're very much welcome to use the scripts inside.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I see Anati, you have your hand up.
Hi guys. Yes, I just want to ask regards to the templates and also the creation of website. So let's say that you get the memo, okay, what the business is looking for on the website, or you create your own and then you sold it.
What are you saying?
I'm asking, do you get the memo okay, this business
this is how it works, right? There's two ways that we get leads, right? One, it's through people that are inquiring on our website, right? So, and someone is inquiring on our website, and say they're looking for a website, then we tell them, listen, you can get a website without paying deposit. All you need is the information. So usually the experience is that people will give you a profile if they have it, right? And they will give you their social links, Facebook links and whatever, which way you can get the information. And pretty much that's usually just about it. People don't usually have some memo really type thing. So in a way, you end up having to figure out yourself and try to find benchmarks to say, okay, fine, I can maybe use this website as a benchmark, whatever. If you're lucky, the person will also give you an example of the website that that they are looking for, right? But what we've seen is that the way we work is that if you start waiting for content from clients, then you're going to starve, right? So the best thing to do is take whatever little that you've got, do your research, create an idea, do even more than what the client was thinking about, and then we go and present that to the client. And we always give a client a 30-day after sales support. So which means that after we've given the project and they pay, they've got 30 days to say, okay, maybe let's change this, maybe let's do this. So that's how we really work. Yeah.
Okay, so just to recap, Anatia, answer them. Well, what we're saying here is at the end of the day, we give you a lead, right? You then build according to that lead. So if you go onto Google, there's enough websites available. So let's just say we look at a niche or an industry that say doctors, right? So we give you a lead for a doctor. You then go and look at other websites and see what these doctors' websites look like. You then build a custom, make it to what the lead is or the profile of the lead. Okay. You then do some research, build this thing. We then go and then try and sell it to the customer. Right. The customer then says, okay, you know what? I think it's amazing, but could you add these pictures for me? Could you do this? And then we come back to you and say, okay, listen, potential client here likes the work. Please add this for them, blah, blah, blah. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Great
Yes.
stuff. Okay. So Brent, I hope that answered your question as well. I see you had that question in there. Okay. So let's give Abdullah a chance and then Jordan and then Fadwa. So Abdul, you can go next.
Yeah, so my question would be, what would be the transparency with the sale? Is it possible that we could be present when you're pitching the sale? Because I mean, we created the website, so why wouldn't we then pitch it? Wouldn't we know it best?
You are more than this is the reason why we don't allow you to pitch it is because if we do that, not everyone here has got preaching skills, so we'll be putting our brand on the line, you know, and also not everyone here is even comfortable with pitching, right? So the pitching that we do is the reason why we control the pitching is because we want to make sure that the client-facing side of our business is not compromised. Right. So ultimately, we are wanting you to get to a point where you're confident enough and you say, you know what, listen, I know how to build this thing, I know how to do this thing, and I know how to pitch it. And when you do that, we basically take you to the next level, which is where you get to stand on your own and run your own business. Because this whole thing is about teaching you to become a web designer at some point. So if you are already experienced and you're already comfortable, the faster we can get you to the next step, the better, which is where you'll be running your own business and you will just be basically getting reseller hosting from us, which is like 250 rands a month, really. And you get unlimited reseller hosting. So you could do this for yourself as soon as you're comfortable. But while you're with us, we have specific, we have a specific way that we're working. And you will definitely, we will be transparent as to how much the website is sold for and so on. And we have standards, so we're not just going to decide, but we're going to give you $1,000, but we're going to sell your website for $5,000. No, we have the standard. The reason we're saying that we know that we're going to be selling websites online, like a normal website for $1,500. That's basically what we're selling it for. So you are getting the bulk of the money, in all honesty. And we're selling it's $1,500 plus our $750, which is our hosting, $799, which is our hosting. So it's now we're taking our hosting money really, and then we're paying you your design money. So we're not really taking a commission out of you or anything like that.
Okay.
And we will be letting you know whenever.
So we can't be present.
No, so let me just get in here. Okay. So Nadonda, just a second. So Nadonda's trying to really explain to you to make sure that you understand that whatever money is being made, you basically taking the bulk, okay? I just want to say it's clear that the expectation here is not about value first with regards to the company. The expectation was to make sure a skill was handed over, you then earn. Okay, so Abdul, I hear where you're coming from, and that's what's going on. Basically, if I look around in most companies, there's this distrust, like, oh, you're going to use me to do the work, and then you're going to take the money for it, Okay, and I get that, okay? So what Nadonda is trying to say, and this is why I started by saying, when these experienced guys, please understand that we were looking for people that was unexperienced. But if you are experienced, that doesn't stop you. The reason why we went with, okay, so let ValueFirst do the sell part of it is simply because of the brand that ValueFirst has, okay? But if you're confident enough in saying, you know what, I got the skill, I want to do this, there's a different component to this program that says, fine, then Abdul, you most welcome to learn the skill, build a website or two, and then go ahead and then create your own company, which we can assist you with, and then you go and then sell it for yourself. If you're that comfortable and you say, I want to be a salesperson within ValueFirst because I can do this thing, that's also an option here. But right now, just to make sure that everybody's comfortable, we needed to look at a one fit for all initially, okay? And that's to say, let us do the selling, let us do the leads, take the pressure off the people that say, let me first learn the skill and then I can sell it. Did you understand, Abdul? Does that make sense?
Yes, I understand. But in the same sense, even if we're not comfortable, can we be present when you're making the sale?
Yeah,
all right.
the presence, you can definitely be there. I mean, yeah.
We've tried that. We've tried that, for example, like we've done it last week. We did with some of the guys that we started with. We had a whole Zoom session where everybody could come in and they've submitted the website they needed to be pitched, and we did that, and that worked. We didn't see any problem with that. So definitely we can do that, and it's also a learning curve for everybody, you know. So that's not a problem, but it might not always be possible. Because, for example, even with that situation, what happened is that we'd call someone and they'd be like, okay, I'm at work and whatever, can you call me at 2? And then now all of a sudden we have to keep creating these Zoom sessions every time we're calling, and then it becomes a bit impractical. But definitely we don't mind. We will look into such things, especially if you specifically want that for yourself.
Okay, I hope that answered your question, Abdul. So transparency is there. If you want something if you want to be around to see the sale happen, you're most welcome to that. Okay. Okay, so Jordan next and then Fadwa.
Hi. So just to clarify, when you say build a website, do you mean UI UX design or development?
We mean that you use a web builder that comes with pre-made templates to create a website and a final website. So you don't design maybe on Photoshop and give us that. You create the thing and finish it.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
Right, Jordan, yeah.
My question was answered. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, Jordan. Thank you. So it's Fadwa next.
Right.
Sorry, Jordan. Fadwa next.
Morning. So I'm a complete beginner. I have like no knowledge of web designing. Is it suitable that I can join the program? And also, for how long would the training be?
Well, Fadwa, this is made for you, to be honest. For example, we have other softwares like your WordPresses and other software that you can use to build websites here that are a bit more advanced. So this particular program is only focusing on our web builder, because our web builder is the one that doesn't require any experience. It doesn't require any qualification or skills that you've developed before. So I'm quite confident that within the 10 days that we're going to give you, you will have learned and mastered web design as far as the web builder is concerned further.
Thank you. So will the training be for 10 days?
Okay, so let me jump in there. So Fadwa, just to answer your question there. Okay, so the 10 days was given to say, looking at previous experience with people that didn't actually have any web design experience or knowledge at all. Okay, so it is on-demand learning, meaning the learning is all there, the training is there, the tools is there. Okay. So there's no training session where you would go in and then there's someone sitting in front of you and talking you through this. You need to put in the time within this 10 days to make sure that you actually get the training or the learning that you need. There's the forum there to support you. There's even the support that you can reach out 24/7 to say, please help me, I don't understand. Okay, so that's but that's within the 10 days. So you decide within that 10 days, how many days you're going to take, because again, remember, it's about how you learn, this is how you earn. And then at the same time, it becomes flexi time. So within that 10 days, you need to decide how soon am I going to learn this thing, and how soon can I build it, and how soon I can earn. If that makes sense to you, Fatwa.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
Pleasure.
So basically you could literally decide that I'm going to put a whole day into this from the first day, and that whole day might just be enough for you to learn everything you need to learn. That's the truth of it. It doesn't need you to take hours and hours learning it. But we don't even start you with a lesson to say read this first. We start you with the technology and say start fiddling with the technology, and then only when you are stuck with something you go check from the documentation, you go check from the library. Otherwise you might not even need to use the library for 80% of the stuff. The thing is self-explanatory.
All right, thank you. So we got Rehan, then Zach, and Azad that's got questions. So Rehan, you can go next.
Hi guys. Okay, so what I wanted to ask was, you know, WordPress has their templates, but then you're able to alter the templates in your way, like you can remove certain things and so on to make it sort of custom in your way. I was just going to ask if your templates work the same in that regard.
The templates here, unlike our template system, how it works, because you can choose any template, any basic template to start with, but the elements library, once you've chosen that template, you can add any element that is in our library. So it's not to say that only these elements are based on this theme or whatever. And halfway through the job, you can change the theme immediately without messing up your website, right? So it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of exciting in that sense.
All right, thanks.
Sure.
Thanks, Rehan. Okay, so Zach, and then Azad, and then Bevan. Okay, Zach, so you still on mute, sir? Still on mute. There we go.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear now?
Hi, good morning, guys. I just like to know, I work as a desktop publisher, and the question I have is, would it be, I just want to know if I can do this course and still maintain keeping my job. Is it a possibility?
Most definitely, Zach. Like I said, if you're able to steal 2 hours a day within your busy day, or even if you're able to put in the work during the weekends, you should be okay. There shouldn't be there shouldn't be a problem, because you're not. This is one of the powerful things about it, is that you're not building, you're not working and there's a client who's waiting for you type thing. You're creating at your own time, and you submit the thing when it's ready, and that's when we start to interact with the client. So yeah, it's flexible in that sense. Yeah.
Okay, lovely stuff. Thank you.
Sure.
Pleasure. All right, Azad next, and then Bevan.
Guys, just my question is, in that 10 days, will it be existing clients that we'll be working with? The reason why I'm asking that is like family members that always ask me, like, can I create them a web page or something like
that? Can I get that again? I think I didn't get it.
I'm saying in that 10 days, will it be existing clients that we'll be working with? The reason why I'm asking that is if there's family members or people that I know that's asking to create web pages.
So, Azad, if I understand, are you limited to who you can actually build websites for? Is that your question?
Yes.
No, you're not. So, and that's where the deferral part comes. You refer a client, and if you build a web for them and it gets sold, that's where you make income. If you actually bring on somebody that joins a program, they sell, you make income. You build, you sell, you make income. It's all about how much you put in, how you're willing to.
Because I'm also new.
I still haven't gotten
people that always asked about it.
No, I still haven't gotten.
He's asking, the question he's asking is that is it only the leads that we provide, or is he able to build for people that comes to him? Can he build websites as well? Is it only the leads that we provide that he can actually build for? That's what he's asking.
Well, in a way, Pfizer, wouldn't it be that he can build for his own leads, but he still has to submit the lead first? Before
100%. That's why I'm saying that becomes referring a client, because then what's he doing? He's actually building for a client, and when it's sold, that's what he gets, because he built for a client.
And we want to encourage that if you have people that are within your locale that are looking for websites, bring them on. So sure, you can bring them on as your own clients if you want, and create for them, but you can also bring them on and we'll pay you for the lead that you bring. Do you understand? So that's a point. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Sure.
All right, Bevan. So yeah, so Bevan next.
Are they on average, how many leads can we expect to receive per day?
Not per day. Like we're going to try and give you 10 leads a month, right? And you can add whatever other leads you've got for yourself. But our target is to give you 10 leads per month. Yeah.
Oh, are we limited to 10 a month? Or
No. I'm saying that's
capability
our capacity. That's what we can confidently say we can give you. But if you are in, like I said, if you're in a situation where you know other people and they want websites, feel free. But it's just that you still have to first. In fact, the submission of that lead happens automatically, because this is basically how this is going to work, right? As soon as you're registered and you're part of our platform, you're going to have a sort of like a code that allows you to order hosting for free, right? So which means that when you've got that sort of client, you still have to order hosting for them, which is that you're not going to be paid, right? So that's how we'll register that you've got this lead that you're working on, right? So that's yeah.
Another question. On average, how many people receives the lead? Like, I see it said in the presentation that you guys are taking 100 candidates. I would assume
each lead is going to be supplied to one person. Okay.
Yeah, so Bevan, let me see if I can try and just jump in and explain. So basically, right, we're saying we can give 10 leads a month, and if you actually build 10 websites, you sold 10 websites, you'd have made 10 grand, right? I'm just using that as a baseline, okay? Then what you're asking is, are you actually capped at 10 leads? No, you're not. So what we say, that's what we offer you. If you come up with your own leads, if there's other ways that you can make some more websites happen for you by getting leads, that's perfectly fine. As you said, there's different ways to earn the money. And then the second question was, you were asking now, does one lead get given to like 10 people and say, let's see who build the best one here, and that's the one? No. So we give you the lead, we say, please do an amazing job and let's get this sold for you. Does that make sense?
Yes, but what happens if someone that's new to it, like for me example, and then someone that's experienced at it, why would you give me 10 leads? Let's just say now it doesn't meet customer expectation. What happens?
No, exactly. So Bevan, we're not going to come to you and say, yes, 10 leads, knowing that you haven't even built 1 or 2. What we're going to do is, as you build and you submit, that's how you get your lead. Because we're not going to give you with this. Again, guys, I need you to understand there is no expectation from our side. What's happening here, this is learn to earn. As you learn, you build, and that's how you earn. Does that make sense?
Yes, but I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, you can speak first.
So we're not going to come and say, Bevan, yes, 10 leads, please make sure you build these 10 and needs to be out by the end of the month. No, it's not like that. Is that your question that you're actually asking? Sorry.
Yes, it's more, my question is more in a competitive sense. So let's just say, as a business perspective, you guys want to sell the website to this client. So you wouldn't give a lead to me, for example, that has little to no experience of website building, potentially risking a client, if it makes sense.
Okay,
so what happens?
I just want to say this. I just want to say there's 3 components with regards to ValueFirst. 1 is web building. That's where you guys come in, which is the web design. 2 is the hosting component. This is where ValueFirst really does their thing with regards to the hosting. And the 3rd component is obviously the domain and purchasing of the domain. Okay, so there's no competitive. The only person you're really competing with is yourself on a daily basis to say, can I do this? Can I do better? And can I earn more? That's where it stops from how I understand. And I hope that understands. But Ladunda, maybe you can answer him a little bit on that.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. First, let me see if I get what you're asking right. You're saying that why would we give a lead to a newbie when there's an experienced person who could make a better website? Is that what you're asking?
Yes, because you guys did say in the beginning that the client then chooses the best website on what they like.
No.
What's the chances?
They don't choose the best website. They choose if they want the website, right? Or they can say, I need you to redo this and that. So what we're trying to explain is that we're not like, because this whole concept came from the idea that the whole web design field is being run down by basically chances, right? So if you go on Facebook now and you say, I want a website, you're going to get 200 people saying, I can build you a website, right?
Yeah.
And the truth is, if you're to try and ask any of those people to build you the website, 80% chances that you're not going to get your website, right? So we are trying to cut that out by saying, we at ValueFirst are willing to give you the value first before we expect any payment from you, right? So which means that you just come, you provide us the content, you tell us what you want, we'll create the thing for you, we'll show it to you. But this then means that there's always a chance that a person is not going to like it. And because they haven't yet paid, there's always a chance that they're going to say, you know what, I'm not taking it, and that's it, right? But in most cases, most people appreciate the fact that you do that for them, and they're willing to work with you until you've got it to what they want it to be. So,
Okay.
so ultimately, you're not competing with anyone. There's only one website that's going to be presented to the client, and it's your website, right? So it's only if the client is like, I'm not happy, and we say, do these changes, and then you're not able to do those changes, that we might think about giving that project to someone else. But it won't be to punish you. It will be then to say, okay, we don't think you are yet in the space to be able to do it.
Which Bevan, let me just say, is the last resort, because at the end of the day, it's been personalized. So if I come to you and I say, Bevan, is in need, please build a website for Pfizer, and she's a doctor, check the profile out and build it accordingly. You go and you build this website, right? So the sales component is, or the sales team would then go to Pfizer, call her up and say to her, listen, we've built this website, customized for you. Are you willing to purchase this? Have a look at it. Is there anything we could change for you to make it better? Blah, 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 blah. She comes back and she says, you know what? I'm really keen on it. Can you put these photos that we then go back to Bevan, which is you, and we say, Bevan, okay, so the customer wants this. Can you build it in this way? And it's represented to the customer. But we're not going to go say, okay, Bevan, sorry, not for you. Find where you more experience is, give it to her and see if she can do it. Do you understand, Bevan? It doesn't work.
Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, great stuff. All right, so now we got Wadifa and then Shahim again. By the way, your hand is still up. I'm not too sure if you still want to ask another question, or, but anyway, Wadifa and then Shahim.
Okay.
Yeah, I got. Oh, okay.
Sorry, Shahim. Wadifa first and then you. Okay.
Okay, Marv. I just wanted to ask, like, in this 10 days, right? For those 10 days, like, as you are learning, like, I'm inexperienced, like, so are you going to give us like a lead per se, or are you going to let us create something from nothing?
We'll give you leads. We'll give you leads, and we'll also give you the leeway if you say, you know what, I've got my aunt who has a business and I want to start with theirs. That will give you, we'll give you that leeway, and you'll still submit it, and we'll still sell it to you, to your aunt, and tell them that you created it, and we'll still pay you for what they pay. So ultimately, we don't do examples here. Okay. We don't do start from nothing. Everything we do, we're learning by creating real value that can possibly turn into money. That's basically our whole thing.
Awesome.
What if I'm hearing correctly, because you're saying you're inexperienced, so you're afraid of, okay, but what if I build something and it doesn't look great? What do we do? Am I going to get it? So is that what I'm hearing? Because if that's what you're saying, and what Nadonda is saying is that, no, we're going to give you a lead, but we're there to support you so that it does turn to be a perfect website that can be sold, if you know what I'm trying to say. So we're not going to go and say,
that's the answer.
Yeah, I thought so. So we're not going to say, well, Deepa, go and build a website, come show us what you can do, and then let's look at it and then give you the real thing to work on. No, this is real time where we say, we're here to support you. Here's the tools. Build this thing. If you're not too sure, ask, let us help. And then we make sure it's perfect enough to go and actually try and sell to the customer. Yeah? That makes sense, Wadifa? Okay. Shahim, I don't know what Deepa's on. Okay, great stuff. Shahim, you sir?
Oh, yeah. So basically, you must get like different quality of websites. Like, for example, a website of maybe 5,000 Rand or maybe 10,000 Rand now. Like, so, like when I'm working on my website, like, do I input that high features and that high quality content, or what do I do?
Yes, the program Shaheen is value first, right? As in our whole culture is about giving as much value as you can first, right? In order to get rewards later. So when you're creating this website for this client, it's not just about this client. This client, you might be getting $1,000 from them, but what's important is that you're also building a portfolio for yourself, right? So the website that you end up creating might not be worth the $1,500 that we're going to be charging them, right? So the more it's worth to them, the more likely they are to buy it, right? So that's a good thing for them, but at the same time, it's a good thing for you because it's an opportunity to showcase your skills, right? And what happens is that if you now over like doing 10 websites, for example, and then you start to see, wow, my websites are actually worth quite a lot, you know, then we'll push you to the second leg of the program, which is when we say, okay, fine, now you're ready to be a web designer. We're building you to become a web designer. Now we think you're confident. Here's a good portfolio that you can start with when you're creating your own agency website and you're already showing people, this is what I've created, and I charge 5,000 rands for a website. And then we're gonna be able to still help you there to build yourself in that direction.
Oh, awesome. That answered my question.
All right, sure.
Okay, I just want to say, I saw somebody else wrote in it. Ben says, if a client doesn't take the site, what happens to that build? Redonda? So if a client doesn't take the website,
Yes, so if the client doesn't take the website, basically the best you can do is to repurpose that website. So if that website was for a doctor, first of all, we said our system allows you to change the template and changes the full look of the website. Our system allows you to change the color scheme, and it will change the full color scheme of the website for you. And our system you then can change your logos, and we even show you how to use, for example, you may have used their content from their profile to create the content. We'll show you how to use AI to rewrite content. So if you're describing a service of a doctor with their information and they end up not taking it, you can quickly take that, plug it into AI and get a better, different definition and bring it back. So you just repurpose that website for the next client. Though even another thing is, even though a client might not take it. So when I'm saying repurpose, I don't mean that you go and delete that one and create a new one. I mean, you can make a copy of it and work on that to create something else, but preferably want to keep that on the server, right? Because there's many reasons why someone might not buy in the beginning. Sometimes they just don't trust you or whatever, but as time goes on and they can see activity, they check you out or whatever. Because what we found is that, for example, when we started this project, we started it with just building people, helping people to become resellers. And we're telling them to use this strategy. So what would happen is someone would not buy, right? But because you connected with them, they are on your WhatsApp and whatever. Next thing now, they are watching your timeline. So next time you're delivering a new website, they know that you've just delivered a website. So over time, they start to think, oh, well, I still have my website with that guy, you know? Then before you know it, they come back, they're the ones that are inquiring about the website. So the long and short is that you keep it in the server, and maybe if you liked what you did there, you can duplicate it to do something else in order to say it's not a wasted time. Yeah, but that's basically the long and short of it.
Okay, and just to add to that, the concept here as well is to build an amazing website first time, all right? And thereafter you duplicate. So if you were to build a website, let's just say you look for a niche and maybe you look again at doctors, okay? So let's say Dr. Pfizer decides she doesn't want it. So now there's Darren that's there and he's a doctor. You go, okay, great. So now I've seen what I built and this was a great one for doctors. Darren's also a doctor. What I'll do is I'll customize it now for Darren, use exactly that, duplicate it, but change what I need to change. And as Donda said, there's AI that actually change content for you. So you don't have to rewrite the whole thing. It will do that for you. And then you just change it. And then we try and sell that one again, if that makes sense. All right, so that was for Brent. Okay, so we've got Darren, and then we've got Shaheen, and we got Chris. So, and then I don't know, Bevan, if you have asked a question, please, and it's been answered, and you're not asking it, please do take your hand down, or yeah, just put your icon of the hand.
Sorry, it is another question. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
all right.
Okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me do Darren, Chris, and then Bevan. Okay, so this Bevan, let's just give Darren, Chris a charge, and then again Bevan. Okay?
No problem. No problem.
Okay, great. Okay.
Hi,
Darren?
can I go? Okay.
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. So I just want to know, will we get like a certificate with this program?
I'm afraid, Darren, we are really, it's like this whole program, our whole idea is the other way around, you know? It's like, I'd say this because I've been a web designer, for example, since 2014, right? It's my 8th year now. And I've created websites for as much as 27,000 rands a website, and no one has ever asked me for my certificate. Right. So what people want is what you can do. It's a portfolio, right? So what you will get here is a portfolio, but no certificates, I'm afraid.
Okay. Thank you then.
Sure.
Okay, so I just want to add into that, Darren. I know lots of people, they got certificates up the wall, but they don't have work at the moment, right? So in this case, we go and teach you, create the work, have the portfolio, as Nadonda said, and that is what actually you can show for proof to say, this is what I can do, if that makes sense. Okay, so the
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris.
Maybe just to add to this, think of it this way, Darren. What we are saying here is, if you have a year to do something with your life, there's 2 ways you could spend that year. You could go to some college that's going to give you a certificate at the end of the year, right? Or you could come here and say, I'm going to build 10 websites each month, right? And at the end of the year, you will have built 100 websites. You would have sold a certain amount, maybe 50, doesn't matter. And that person who went to the college, chances are they will not have built anything in that year, right? So the question is, who is better off? The person with a 1-year certificate or the person with 50 websites that are live?
Yeah. Okay. With the websites as a live, because I can see their work. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Darren. Then Chris, and then Bevan again.
Okay, and I just wanted you to explain the formats that the guys will be using, collecting the information, let's say the leads, or the information that they'll be getting on their own. I mean, to create the website.
Yes. Chris is already a member. He's doing this for your benefit. So what you guys will get is a lead. Like a lead can be, it depends, because what we do is we don't wait on clients. So sometimes it could just be to say, you're going to get, but this is the name of the business. This is their Facebook page. And pretty much you could just get that, right? And you need to be able to figure out what to do from there, right? So we will give you, for example, templates that are designed for you to content gathering templates that are supposed to help you gather content for your website. And it's your job really to put it together. But what we don't do is, we know that if you're going to start waiting on clients to give you content, you're just going to starve. That's just not how this industry works. So we'd rather you create an idea, show it up to the client, and then the client can start getting excited when they're seeing something, and they can start saying, I want to add 1, 2, 3. They do that a lot. But if you start to say, before I start, I need you to send me all the content, I need to send me this, it just never works.
All right, so the next, Chris, I hope that answered your question. Then Bevan, but before Bevan goes, there's a question here that says, are we going to get paid for the 10 days training? Okay, guys, so at the beginning of this, it was specified that this is learn to earn, okay? So you only get paid on the work that you've done and that gets sold. Right, this is not a job, and that's what we tried to say from the beginning. Okay, so we're giving you the tools to say, come here, here's the tools, here's the learning, get that done, and let us try and sell this for you, and that's how you earn. So the 10 days, to answer your question, no, it will not be paid unless you have built something and we can sell it for you, then you get paid. All right, so I hope that answers the question. Okay, Bevan, you next, sir.
Sorry if this question was already answered, but I just need a bit more clarity, and hopefully it can help a lot more people. I see there's 81 participants right now. So I don't know if you're planning to explain this just before the call ends, but someone did ask, when we start, like on the first day, we have 10 days to submit something, right? You guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but you said it's everything is based off real leads. So you're telling me there's 81 real leads or 80 real leads waiting for us as soon as the call is done, because you did say our 10 days start as soon as this call is over. So I just need a bit more understanding on how it's going to work in terms of who we need to build for and what.
So to be specific, so I said to you, we've got 2 ways that you're getting leads. One is through people that are inquiring on our website and saying, I'm looking for a website. And 2 is through our lead gen agency that provides us leads, right? So currently, I do know that we've got more than 150 leads that are on our database that we are willing to give you guys.
Okay, so as soon as the call ends, we all get 1 lead, I would assume.
Pretty much. No, well, not as soon as the call ends, because I'm gonna send you guys the registration, whatever. Then as soon as that happens, you guys will start getting your leads. So the only thing is that even now, I'm still trying to think about what's the easiest way for me to give you these leads, such that I was thinking, how do I send you the list and then you choose which ones you want to go for? But I think that's the wrong way to do it. So we are going to have to painstakingly say, this one is going to Darren, this one is going to so and so, this one is going to so and so. So that might be a process. Yes, that might be a process. So it might not be like as soon as we get off this call, but definitely to get started, you'll get a lead. And remember, we are still motivating you and saying, because obviously we're paying for these leads. So we're still happy if you can find a lead of your own, right? So that's the concept of it. So, but we don't want a situation where you working depends on you finding a lead. Do you understand? So if you've got a readily available person that you'd like to help with their website, and you know that they're going to get value because their website would have cost them more than what it's going to cost them with this process, you're more than welcome to try with that person. For example, someone else, like something that I've been telling people here is that this is an opportunity for you to grow, and you might have a career already that you're part of, right?
So Bevan, just to add on to that, so Bevan, okay, let me jump in there. So Bevan, just to say to you, as Madonna said, definitely you'll be getting the lead. Exactly as to when you'll be getting it today, that will be unrealistic for us just to say right now. As Madonna said, we're trying to still figure out, do we put the leads with regards to a niche, and you decide, okay, I want to do doctors, I want to do this, I want to do that.
Yeah.
How are we going to get the lead to you? So that is definitely working on. We don't want to set expectations, say the once you off the school, Bevan, it's going to come to you and say, Bevan, this is yours, begin. I understand there could be that excitement. Let me start, let me get this going, okay? But you will definitely get the lead. As to when exactly today, just please bear with us, you will be getting the lead. Let me just put that out, if that makes sense.
Yes, I have one more. This is my last question.
Before your last question, Darren, let me try and maybe just make this point, right? We really, for example, I've been saying to people when they join the program that when you come into this program, one way to use this program to your advantage is to use it to put your foot in the door in the industry that you might be trained in or that you might be excited about, right? So you might be sitting there and you are an accounting graduate, right? Who is unemployed. So instead of using the leads that we send you, where we're going to send you a lead for a doctor and you know nothing about doctors, feel free to go and find an accounting firm that you would like to work with anyway, right? And do something for those people, because if you can handle their marketing, that accounting firm, they give you their website, chances are even on the day when they have a job, they'll give you the job to advertise, right? So all I'm saying is feel free to get around and find something for yourself, but I'd like us to think of the leads that we give you as the fallback, right? But the whole point of it is that you are not now sitting down and saying, I have nothing to do.
Yeah. Okay, that clarifies a lot of things. I hope it helped other people in the school. My last question is going back to the 100 candidates that will be accepted. How many other candidates are we expecting to compete against to get that spot?
Yeah, we've got quite a number on this call to start with, but it's just I think we've got
there's only 80 on this call. Doesn't
80,
mean that
80
all of us is getting.
Yes, well, it would, but if all of you guys don't submit, for example, it means that you're going to have to re-advertise next week. Do you understand? So ultimately,
Oh, I see.
So ultimately, we will re-advertise until we've got the number that we need. Do you understand? And like I said, you guys, now that you've seen what we're doing, you're more than free to also, once you are put into the system, once you've registered into the system, you're going to then be able to register your referral account also. So you're more than welcome to say, I know so-and-so would be a good fit for this. And you invite them with a unique referral link. Literally, for every project that they do, we will pay you something. Every project that they do that is sold. And I want to stress the fact that we're not sort of robbing Peter to pay Paul. So we're not going to take money from that client, from the person who creates and give it to you. The only money that we're taking is from our own hosting revenue. So if we're paying any referral fee or referral, whatever, it's from our hosting revenue. That's where we take the referral income.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sure.
Okay, so we're going now.
Oh, Sanelisiwe, I think.
Thank you, Nadonda.
Sanelisiwe? Yes, you can shoot.
Morning. I would like to ask if
the
client takes the website during the 10 days you do the website. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm asking is the selection strictly based on whether the client takes the website once I've completed the website in 10 days, or you guys also get to decide if, or maybe by looking at the website and see how functional it is, and see whether maybe this person has potential and so on. So is it strictly based on whether the client takes the website, or you also get to decide on whether the person has potential or something like that?
Yeah, just to answer you quickly there, the website would not even get to be seen by the client if we don't think it's good enough. So we decide if it's good enough, regardless of what the client might think. For it to go to the client, it means that we've already decided that it's good enough. So whether or not the client takes it or not, that's not the point.
I think a question is that she's asking, if I understand correctly, she's asking then what's the criteria as to who would be selected? Is it only if the client actually chooses the website and it gets sold, or does it actually get reviewed and then first for value, within ValueFirst decides, okay, your work is good, and
it's
then
our
it's
review.
The program.
We review the website. We don't let it to the we don't let that decision to the markets, so to say. So we review the website because we know that the client might not take the website, and that might have nothing to do with the quality of the website. Do you understand? So we wouldn't just drop you because we think the client didn't like your website. Yeah.
So basically the submission process is after 10 days to submit. It gets reviewed, it gets assessed, and then you get told whether you actually make it into the program. And the reason that is to see the quality of the work that you actually provide. Okay, if that makes sense. So it's not that it's going to go out to the client and the client decides. Okay.
And another thing that's important is for you to understand that we're not trying to trick you, we're trying to help you. So which means that you don't have to wait until the 10th day and then you submit the website. You could work and then on day 3 and say, here's what I've got. Can you take a look? What would you suggest? And we'll help you we'll give you feedback, right? So that by the time you're bringing it to the 10th day, you're kind of confident that it has been through a review process already.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so I just want to stress again, and I really want to stress this point, okay? So you'd find that in South Africa, especially, what we do is we take young people and we put them into the work environment, we train them to do the job. At the end of the day, they're working for a company and they get paid a salary, and that's all that it is to it. The skill you learn is how to actually do a best job for that company, okay? The whole thing with ValueFirst that Nadonda is really trying to stress here is to say, What we want to do is teach you a skill, okay? So not feed a man, but to teach the man so he can actually go on to live for himself, okay? So if you get to the point where you're a web designer, you leave ValueFirst and you go and do your web designing company and your own business, okay? So
and
what's
hopefully,
happening here is to say,
and hopefully you stay our hosting client, because we provide unlimited reseller web hosting for 250 rands a month. So don't leave ValueFirst as such, but just stand on your own type thing.
100%. So as I said, there's three components here. One is you being the web designer, two is the hosting, and three is obviously the domain that gets purchased. So even if you decide to leave and you fall off and become your own business person, we still would love you to stay on as part of the hosting, because that's what ValueFirst actually offers as well, is the hosting. Okay, the whole concept of ValueFirst is to say offer value first before you want the money. And this is why we're saying to you as well, there's everything given to you is free. And I know that can say, is there scam? What's going on? Absolutely not. This is the first time somebody's coming along and saying, listen, here's tools, here's training, take it, see what you build, put the work in and earn your money. And the other part of it is the hosting. But that's part of ValueFirst. That's what they offer as part of their business. But other than that, this is about you. What you put in is what you're going to get out. It's as simple as that. There is no catch here. All right. Is there any more questions? So yes, all sessions are recorded and all sessions will actually be available to be downloaded. Shaheem, you've got a question, sir?
Okay, so are we gonna get like the registration link after this call? After this meeting?
After this link, you basically get access to your, you get an invitation to put together your, to get into the, to get a cPanel account, basically. That's what you're going to get. Yeah, that's basically.
I'm looking forward.
I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to.
All right, so great stuff, guys. If there's no further questions, we're going to then close the meeting off. Thank you so much for everybody that joined. As Nadanda explained, the next step is you will then get a link where you would then register on. If you're interested in really joining this program and making it work for you, as we said, this is not a job. If you've got the job mentality, you're going to get stuck. This is about learning and then earning, setting your own income and determining your own time as to what you put in is what you're going to get out. Nadanda, is there anything you want to say before we close off?
That should be all, except for thank you guys. You've just been interactive and asking all the right questions. And thank you, Faiza. Without you, I have no idea. And yeah, I can't wait for us to get started, guys.
Great, guys. Okay, so for those of you, again, if you're not too sure, my name is Faiza Chetty, and that is Nadanda. If you want to reach out to us, you're most welcome. If you spoke to me via WhatsApp, and this is how you got to the link, please, you can reach out to me there again. Otherwise, we are available on email. All right, you can respond to email. Thank you so much for joining, and hope to see you guys all in the program, and good luck. See you soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye, guys.
All right, bye. Thank you.
Bye. Sure.